Joining us now for more about all of this is Democratic Congresswoman Madeleine Dean of Pennsylvania. She sits on House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congresswoman, thank you for being here. I want to jump off of something that you said this weekend after this operation, this capture of Maduro and his wife. Do you think that President Trump just started a war?
Sadly, it appears he has. And in his statement to the press, he said this was a military operation. So it was incredibly troubling to me that the president did it in this way. And I want to make sure I say that I have no love loss for Maduro. Good riddance to him. May he be brought to justice. But the way the president has gone about this has been very chaotic. Not the military piece. The military did a brilliant job. But the president literally dropped into a sovereign nation, executed on this warrant, pulled the leader out with no plan for the next day.
Marco Rubio says that they did not need to tell Congress beforehand. His argument being that, one, he said he was concerned about leaks, but that falls apart pretty quick. But his argument is that this is a law enforcement action, what took place. Let me play this for you.
This was not an invasion. We didn't occupy a country. This was an arrest operation. This was a law enforcement operation. He was arrested on the ground in Venezuela by FBI agents, read his rights, and removed from the country.
Congresswoman, what do you say to that?
He's at odds with his own president. That's very, very troubling to me. What the president said was this was a military operation. Rubio got to the mic right after him and tried to make it about a police action. This is what is one of the most troubling things. The administration does not have its story straight. As planned as this was, as much as the military planned for weeks, as Chairman Kaine talked about, and exquisitely brought this about, but they didn't come to Congress. And for Rubio to say either we couldn't brief Congress on it, the risk of leaks, you've seen the reporting, and when the president was speaking at the press conference, I wondered out loud, did he go to the oil companies? Did the oil companies get briefed before the attack? And it turns out, apparently, at least some of them were briefed. And yet they did not brief Congress. You know, Kate, over the weekend, I had a chance to be on a closed call with Foreign Affairs Committee Saturday evening. And then yesterday, our caucus had a closed call. And I thought, what a shame that this president and the people who surround him are so inept that they didn't come to Congress. We have deep experience in both the House and the Senate with foreign affairs, with obviously military affairs, with obviously intelligence. And this administration just in a cowboy way went it alone with no plan for the future. And the president said, we're going to run it. What in God's name does that mean? Pretty clearly, we don't know what that means. They don't know what that means.
Venezuela is a long way from Pennsylvania. That does not, I'm not saying that in a way to say that it does not impact your constituents at all. But are you hearing from your constituents about this operation?
Sure, absolutely. Very concerned. It seems very troubling. The going in, not advising Congress, remember our constitutional authority around waging of war. But they're also very concerned that the president claims he's going to run another country when he's failing to run this one to their satisfaction. And I wonder what his failing poll numbers speak to taking this action now. My constituents care about the fact that it's January 5th, and many of them have just lost the ability to pay for their own health care. They still see their groceries prices rising. They see their utility prices rising. So housing, you name it. They care about the president running this country, not trying to have some dominance in the hemisphere. Another thing that really strikes me about this is the president is so malleable. He's somebody who wants the Peace Prize, and yet he's not conducting himself in a way that is creating peace. He wants to be grand and larger than life. And I think through this action, he just made himself lesser and smaller, because what signal did this send to Russia, to Putin? How do we talk about Putin getting out of Ukraine when we just took that action? What message did it send to China? So, and sadly, we have a president who is shrinking in terms of world influence before our eyes, and Congress needs to get a handle on that, and we will.
Congresswoman